Hello and welcome to the internet. I've had one of those experiences when you like designing board games where you have played it for a while and it seems to work fine, and then you have someone else sit at a table and suddenly it's broken. Castle poker is broken. But if you have played it with 3 or 4 or 2 players, you're okay. Just with 5 or 6, it's not quite right. It will drag on, the stones in the quarry will run out, and the messenger might just become way too annoying. Anyway, if you haven't played Castle Poker, this is basically how it works. Everyone round the table gets dealt 5 cards, like a standard poker hand. On your turn, you can discard up to 2 cards and have them replaced to try and make the best poker hand you can. Then there's one bidding round around the table, and everyone can bid as many stones as they think their hand is worth once. At the end of the bidding round, the hands are exposed, and if you have bid the most stones and have the best poker hand, then you can add stones to your castle and build it. Importantly, the player with the worst poker hand loses their stones to the quarry. Everyone else just gets their stuff back, and you play another hand. The new dealer is the person who lost their stones, and they will get to see what happens in everyone else's bidding and discarding the following turn. They will go last when it comes to discarding and placing a bid. So they get a small advantage. And this is all fine with 2, 3 or 4 players, but with 5 or 6, it makes a 30-minute game last too long. So how do we fix this? Well, this first came to my attention about 3 years ago, and I was like, well, maybe the 2 worst hands should lose their bid. And so we played with that for a while, and it sort of helps, but it doesn't fix the problem. So I sat down with some friends of mine and played it, some actual proper gamer friends, and played it with them. And there were some suggestions made by one of my best buddies that, one, if the messenger comes out in one hand, it's out of the deck for the following hand, so you can't get it twice in a row, because that just feels like annoying. And 2, if the stones in the quarry run out, well, the game is over, and the winner is the person who has put the most stones on their castle. And if 2 people have done that, then the person who have the least stones in their supply, in their personal supply, because they've done the most building rather than hoarding, is the winner of the game. If you've played Castle Poker with a larger group than 4, and you've thought, this isn't much chop, then I get it, and I agree. It's one of those things. When I developed the game, it got a bunch of testing with 3 or 4 players, and it felt good. It probably had some play with 5 or 6 that sort of went okay. But when someone worked out, if you just bid one every turn, regardless of your hand, and emptied the quarry, you could make the game drag on, then you have a problem. So if you have Castle Poker, maybe give these a go next time you have a larger group of players. And if you post a picture on Board Game Geek, if you're the first person to post a picture on Board Game Geek or one of the social media accounts Party Meeple has, there'll be some links below, I'll send you a Party Meeple gift of some sort. It'll either be a mug or a t-shirt. First person to do that. And to, bear in mind, if you don't see this video for a couple of days, it could be you. I don't have a huge amount of followers, and when I do giveaways, I often only get 2 or 3 people entering the competition. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you're a board game designer, I know your pain. You play a game until you're almost bored with your own design. This is what happens to me. I have half a dozen game ideas that haven't even pop their head above the bed head because, I can't decide which one to work on. There's all of these in my design library, and about 6 or 7 of those you can download and print and play because I'm confident that they work well enough to share with the world. But there's a lot of them I'm just that's just an idea. It sort of half works and it doesn't deserve, people don't deserve to be punished with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I promise to make another video a bit sooner than the last eon since my last one. And you'll see me then.